I'm thrilled to be part of the acting community now because that's as eclectic as hell. I mean, these parties are incredible. And they're just so interesting because I'm so used to financial services to find myself acting in a feature movie and then, hitting the parties and all the rest of that stuff.
Okay, but people also, the viewers out there that don't attend the Hollywood parties have a very controversial opinion on the Hollywood parties.
I get it. But what you find out is those people, and I'll speak on their behalf, I thought the same way about Hollywood parties, complete bullshit. Then I actually went to work on a feature film for 8 months. They work like hell. Their working conditions are brutal. They work 18 hours a day. When you're shooting on the streets of New York or in Tokyo, I mean, it is exhausting. And you're living in a shitball trailer with a Porto can toilet. It sounds glamorous to make a movie. It is not glamorous. It is not at all. It's hard work, and now I get it, and I have a new respect for them. So, for anybody listening, don't make an assumption that a Timothée Chalamet runs around making movies and lives like a king. He lives like shit. Like, it's shit. It's really, really hard, and it's exhausting because you got to get through that 7 pages of script, and if you have to stay there till 6 in the morning, you're going to stay till 6 in the morning, and then you got to get up 2 hours later and do it again.
So in terms of telling the truth, you recently upset a lot of people saying that the movie Marty Supreme could have saved millions replacing the background actors with AI.
Yeah. Well,
why do you think that upset so many people?
So let me tell you what I learned about that. I'm going to modify that statement a little bit because I experienced it myself. In a scene where you have, let's say, 30, we had scenes with 250 extras. And you're shooting it, and there's people in a cafe or walking or bringing over, a drink, and or there's a narrative. When you have an interaction with an extra, that can't be AI. I would have thought it could have been, but it can't be, because what I realized is the real magic of filmmaking are the mistakes you make. So I got to retract that statement a bit. Where you can use AI would be like Ben-Hur had cutouts in the stands when it was shot in the 60s. They couldn't put 1,100 people in blazing sun for 12 hours. So they made cutouts. When we used to do hockey shots, we had blow-up dolls. We had the first row with live people in the hockey arena, and then everybody else was a sex doll. We just went and bought and blew them up. And because the motion it's very blurry in the background, that's going to be AI. You're going to get backgrounds that are AI, but not where there's interaction between the actors. That's never going to change. And I realized why. I mean, I said that uninformed, so I've changed my views because I've actually done it.
What did you end up doing with all of those dolls?
What we would do is we'd pop them and just throw them out.
You didn't donate them? Donate them?
You blow them out with a CO2 cartridge. They come with a, and they always have really big lips. And we put like baseball hats on them and stuff.
You should have donated them, really.
And then we'd shoot the scene, and then someone would run up there with a knife and just chop them up.
Oh my gosh.
Take the hats off.
Take a few of them home too.
Well, you can't it's really hard. It takes a long time to get the air out of them.
Oh, so you just got it.
Yeah, there was actually a Shark Tank deal last year. It's called Gertie. This guy comes out and he shows a video of a dog that, your security cameras, you leave and the dog starts howling, oh, because he's got anxiety. The owner's left. So he gets a sex doll, blows it up, and puts his jacket on it so his smell is on it, and sticks it in the living room, sitting there like this. And the dog just lies down beside it all night.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else.
No. And so what he decided to do was take out the big lips part, because that's what the sex dolls have, and put his girlfriend's face on it. Her name is Gertie.
Oh my God.
We put it on Shark Tank. It was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen, but it was so crazy that I invested in it. And it's been one of my best deals. You can go look at it, Gertie.com, and you can buy a doll for your cat, your dog, your turtle, whatever it is. And the animal will eventually, because it has legs and it's got arms, and you put sweater on it. And when you leave, they just say, oh, there, he's still here. It works.
So When you say it was one of your best investments, what does that even mean? Like, how long have you held on to it? Are you taking distributions? How much did you put in? What's it worth now?
In venture investing, you don't treat it like a normal investment because you don't get anything back till your capital's returned. It's not return on capital. It's return of capital. If you give somebody $500,000 and you never get any cash back, you've made nothing. You can't argue that the private company that is a consumer goods service company, your risk is really high because they may never figure out how to get their customer acquisition costs down. That's why I came up with the royalty idea. In the beginning, everybody thought it was bad and they abused me for it. Now every shark wants to do royalties because what you're doing there is you're slowly getting back your principal, and you don't make any money till the first dollar after all your principal is returned. So my most successful deals are ones that have strong cash flows that can pay the 7% royalty, and eventually we sell the company. And some like deals like Blue Land, for example, my cost base on Blue Land is zero. All my capital's back. The business is probably worth today $150 million. I bet you it's going to sell for $500 million because it's growing like a weed. And I own, 3 or 5% of it, but I have all the capital is returned through royalties. That's a great deal. That's how you should structure venture investing.
How do you think AI is going to change the structure of your businesses in the future?
I don't think it's going to change the structure. It's going to change which ones I invest in, because if you're not using AI tools now for customer acquisition, I'm not investing in you. In this season of Shark Tank, the first question I'm asking is, what's your customer acquisition cost and which AI tools are you using? Because I use them all. We know every single tool out there. I mean, what people don't realize is only 5 vertical stacks of AI that cost billions to maintain and develop. But off of those verticals come very interesting applications that you can buy a subscription for. For example, let's say like in my case, I've got 12 terabytes of video and photographs. 12 terabytes in the cloud right now. That's because I've been doing television for 25 years. Every show, every photo, every, that thing doing this wide angle shot, all of that sitting in the cloud. How do I index that? How do you even remember where that stuff is? And so recently I found a tool, a very, very specific tool, that if you put it in a giant database in the cloud and you let the AI look at every frame of every photograph and every video and every film, it takes a long time, a couple of months. But once it's indexed, you can say, I recall a picture and I was on a paddleboard in Jamaica and a dolphin looked up at me and somebody took a picture. Bang. There it is on the screen with the index to where it is, or if it's a video, how long it is, what the resolution is, all of it just sitting there. And you can just say, click to download. You know how much time that's going to save? So that's a tool. That really saves time. So we're able to do these real deep dive social media things now for our own platform of, young Kevin, old Kevin, Kevin with a beard, Kevin with full hair, all that stuff, because all of it is at a second away from us. And the guys that do that are over in the UAE.
A really scary truth is just how vulnerable your digital life is, and most people have no idea until it's too late, and then they're stuck spending several hours trying to solve a problem that they did not create. So don't be like my roommate Kevin, because I kid you not, his identity got stolen 2 years ago, and guess who's still paying for it? Me. Because the one thing he still can't recover is his Venmo.
See, the trouble with identity theft and fraud is that it doesn't happen all at once. And by the time you notice, usually the damage is done.
And that's exactly where our sponsor, OmniWatch, comes in. It catches problems early by keeping an eye on your identity, credit, financial accounts, and online activity altogether. And the best part is that setting it up only takes a few minutes, and then from there, it works quietly in the background all day, every day.
OmniWatch monitors your credit activity, data breaches, and the dark web using AI-powered detection tools that are able to spot suspicious activity in real time. If it finds something unusual, you get an alert that tells you exactly what happened and the next steps to take.
You can lock your credit, secure all of your accounts, and fight fraud with just one click. If identity theft does occur, OmniWatch connects you with US-based specialists to restore your identity and handle the damage with up to $2 million in identity theft insurance.
So head on over to omniwatch.com/iced to get 50% off of your first month and see for yourself if your information's actually endlessly secure.
Seriously, guys, the peace of mind is worth it. Protect your credit, identity, and online data today. Again, that is 50% off your first month at omniwatch.com/iced.